Yesterday we have discussed this ninth one. One person says that potential energy of a particular book kept in a almirah is 20 joules, and other says that 30 joules. Yeah, it can be possible because the both persons can be at different the separation or the height between the object and the person can be different, so he can tell that it is different. Okay, so it is not that one of them should be wrong. The ninth question. Okay. Next, 10th question. A book is lifted from the floor and is kept in an almirah. One person says that change in the potential energy of the book is increased by 20 joules, and the other says that it is increased by 30 joules. So is one of them necessarily wrong? In this case, you tell. Please think about it. See the difference between 9th and 10th problem. In the 9th problem, the book is kept in an almirah. And in the 10th problem, the book is shifted from one place to other place, some different heights. So the change in potential energy, okay, should be, you know, the change in potential energy should be same with respect to two persons. Okay, if it is increased by 2 meters, then there is an increase in 20 joules with respect to a person A or person B, whatever or wherever the heights he is from. The change in potential energy should be constant. Okay, the absolute potential energy can be different, but the change in potential energy should be constant. So the 10th question, one of them should wrong. One of them should be necessarily wrong. Okay. In one of the exercises to strengthen the wrist and the fingers, a person squeezes and releases a soft rubber. Is the work done on the ball positive, negative or zero during compression, during expansion? Positive, negative means what is the fundamental? Work force is applied in the force direction and displacement directions are same, then we call it as positive, work is positive. And if they are opposite, work is negative. And if they are perpendicular or either of them is zero, then work is zero. See, when you are compressing it, your force is there and displacement is also there. Some of the particles, force, displacement, both are in the same direction. Compression, when the compression is taking place, displacement of some of the particles are there, beta. So in the compression state, it is positive, and during expansion, it is negative. During expansion, it is negative because we apply the force inwards, but it is expanding outward. So during expansion, it is negative. During compression, it is positive. Okay.
Sir.
Next, in tug of war, the team that exerts a larger tangential force on the ground wins. This you know. Which exerts a larger force, that team wins. This you know. Consider the period in which a team is dragging the opposite team by applying a larger tangential force on the ground. List which of the following works are positive, which are negative, and which are zero. Okay. Work done by the winning team on the losing team. Work done by the losing team on the winning team. Work done by the ground on the winning team. Work done by the ground on the losing team. Total external work on the two teams. What do you say? For each A, B, C, D, E, work done is positive, negative, zero. You have to tell. Yeah, first one, what do you say? Work done by winning team. Positive or negative? What happened? The same type of questions. Why you are not able to answer? Abhiram? Abhiram? Just have to answer for A.
Sir, yeah, I think positive, sir, because both work done and displacement are in opposite direction.
In opposite direction.
Sir, no, in same direction, same direction.
Work done by winning team. They are pulling the rope and they will win. So displacement of the rope is also towards them only. They are pulling it and displacement is also towards them. So work done by winning team is positive. Good try. Varshit, tell the B also. B, B.
Sir, losing team on the winning team means what, sir? Means they are in the direction of winning team or they are opposite direction of losing team?
Work done by losing team. You don't have to confuse with the other term on the winning team or on the losing team. Work done by losing team. Okay. Losing team means what? They will apply themselves, but what happens? The rope will move. For example, let me draw it. So this is the rope, left side winning team, right side losing team, let us say. So winning team, what happens? Winning team will apply force in this direction. Losing team will apply the force also in the towards them only. But the rope is moving in this direction. Rope is moving in this direction. Okay. So for winning team, force is in this direction and displacement is also in this direction. So work done is positive. And for losing team, force is in this direction, okay, and but displacement is opposite direction. So for losing team, work done is negative. Is it okay, beta? Is it okay? Force applied by winning team and this
Okay.
force applied by losing team. Okay, but finally the rope will move towards the winning team. So that means displacement of the rope is leftwards. So winning team force is leftwards, displacement is leftwards. So winning team, work done by winning team is positive, and for losing team is negative. And C, work done by ground on the winning team. Work done by ground on the winning team. So ground means what? Gravity. Gravity is downwards. Gravity is downwards, displacement is leftwards. They are perpendicular. They are perpendicular. F dot S cos theta, Fs cos 90, 0. So work done by ground is 0 on the winning team. Work done by ground on the losing team is also 0 because the force, the weight acting downwards. Okay. And displacement is perpendicular to that, leftwards. So work done by gravity or ground on the losing team and winning team is 0. Next, total external work done on these two teams. Okay. So there is some displacement. So there is some net force, force by winning team, force by losing team, Fw minus Fl into some displacement is there. So it is a positive. If W is greater, so it is a positive. Net work done is Fw minus Fl into displacement of the rope. So since if one team wins, so that means one force should be high. So net force is there on this rope. So net force into displacement gives you work. Work is positive there. Okay. If no team is winning, then work is 0. Okay. But there is a one team wins, so that's why work is positive. Is it okay? All A, B, C, D, E. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
I repeat once. A positive, B negative, C and D 0, E positive. Okay. And the next 13th. When an apple falls from a tree, what happens to its gravitational potential energy just as it reaches the ground after it strikes the ground? What do you say? Whether it is increases or decreases or no change or 0? What do you say when it is falling from, when it falls from a tree?
Sir, when it is
Yes.
falling from the tree, height is decreasing now, sir.
Yeah,
What is
very good.
potential?
Height is decreasing, so it is decreasing. Potential energy decreases. Very good.
Decreasing.
After it strikes the ground, what happens? Its potential energy.
So it will waste somewhat. So some amount of energy it will be wasted, sir.
Okay, minimum we can say. Minimum condition, that is. Okay. So height when we talk about, we always see the height is almost 0, but if you talk about center of mass, na, if you talk about center of mass, there is certain height, there is some potential energy, but after it strikes the ground, its potential energy is minimum. We can say we have to say it is minimum, and as it is falling from, its potential energy gradually decreases. Okay. The next 14th question. When you push your bicycle up on an incline, the potential energy of the bicycle and yourself increases. Yes, because you are like moving up the incline. So height is increased, mgh increases. Where does this energy come from? Okay, so potential energy increases. So where does this energy come from? Why there is an increase? How it comes? You are applying some force, na? You are applying some your muscular force, and there is a displacement. So work done is there. So work done is helping you to increase the work done is stored as a potential energy. That is the answer. You are applying a muscular force on the bicycle, and there is a height you cover, and force into height or displacement gives you work done, and that work done only is storing it as a potential energy. So where does this energy come from? As a result of work done, the energy is increased. Okay. Next question. The magnetic force on a charged particle is always perpendicular to its velocity. Can the magnetic force change the velocity of the particle or speed of the particle? What do you say? The magnetic force on a charged particle is always perpendicular to its velocity. And the magnetic force change the velocity, speed. See, this kind of discussion we have done in circular motion. Try to please recall the concept and try to answer this beta, please, because we have already done this kind of discussion. Yeah, yes, magnetic force, now what it does, it makes the particle in a circular motion. Okay, so when it is making in the particle in a circular motion now, so its velocity always changes because direction is changing. Okay, but speed will be constant because you are not changing any magnetic field. If you change the magnetic field, then there will be change in the speed. But if you maintain the same magnetic field, the same magnetic force is exerted on the particle to move in a circular path. So speed is same, but since always the direction is changing in a circular path, so velocity changes. Okay. Speed
So direction
constant.
of changing with velocity also changes, no sir?
Yes.
So direction changes, velocity also changes.
Yes, yes, that is why. So velocity changes, speed is constant. That is the answer. The next 16th, a ball is given a speed v on a rough horizontal surface. The ball travels through a distance L on the surface and stops. Okay, first initially it is moving with the speed v and it stops finally. So what are the initial and final kinetic energies? What do you say? Initial kinetic energy and final kinetic energy. It is simple question. Initial kinetic energy half mv square because it is moving with the speed v. Final kinetic energy 0 because it is finally stopping. V is equal to 0. And what is the work done? Work done is nothing but change in kinetic energy. So change in kinetic energy is 0 minus half mv square. So minus half mv square is the work done. Final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy, which is equal to 0 minus half mv square, which is equal to minus half mv square, is the work done by kinetic friction. That is the answer. Okay. Next, 17th question. Consider the situation of the previous question. Okay, same question. From a frame moving with the speed v naught, parallel to the initial velocity of the block. What are the initial and final kinetic energies? What is the work done by the kinetic friction? Same question, but you are observing the same ball or particle, that particular body, from the other frame which is moving with the speed v naught. Okay. So what are the initial and final kinetic energy? So when some other frame is there which is moving, so then we have to think about in relative velocity. We have to think about relative velocity. Okay, that is v minus v naught or v naught minus v, something like that. You have to think. Okay, because the ball is moving with v and the frame is also moving with speed v naught. So the velocity, initial velocity will be v minus v naught. Okay, then if you consider initial kinetic energy half into m into v minus v naught whole square. Okay, then final kinetic energy, its speed in that particular frame is 0, but with respect to other frame, speed v which is moving with v naught, what that people will think that it is also moving with v naught. So when you are considering relative, even if it is at rest in other frame, but with respect to the frame which is moving with v naught, the people will think that the body is having a velocity v naught. So final kinetic energy will be not 0, will not be 0, it will be half mv naught square. Okay, so I repeat, initial kinetic energy is half m v of v naught whole square, and final kinetic energy is half mv naught square. Okay, then change in work done is nothing but final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. You just simplify that. Okay, you just simplify and you'll get the answer. Do that now. You simplify, you will get the answer. Let us go to objective 1. First question. A heavy stone is thrown from a cliff of height h with a speed v. The stone will hit the ground with maximum speed if it is thrown vertically downwards, vertically upwards, horizontally, and the speed does not depend on the initial direction. See, in order to answer this question, you have to use law of conservation of energy. Okay, at a certain height, its total mechanical energy, kinetic energy and potential energy is constant, and when it reaches the ground, also the total energy is same. So at certain height kinetic energy plus potential energy of mv square plus mgh is equal to, when it reaches the ground, again of mv square plus mgh. Okay. So when it is throwing with some velocity b, so half mv square will be there plus mgh will be there at certain height. That is the initial total energy. And finally, if you think it has, like, just before reaching the ground, maximum speed it gets. So that is half mv square will be there, and when it reaches the ground, there is no h, so potential energy is 0. So you just try to equate and find out the v. Find out the v, and you will understand whether it depends on the initial direction theta or not. Okay. So you will get the answer like v is equal to square root of u square plus 2gh. V is equal to square root of u square plus 2gh if you simplify the equations, and it gives you that the speed does not depend on the initial direction. It only depends on the initial speed, height, initial speed and height. Okay. This kind of problem we have already learned, like the short questions when we are throwing a ball in an inclined surface with a different angles, so that it is not actually depending on the angle. It depends only on the initial speed and height. Okay. The maximum speed depends only on the initial speed and height. Two springs A and B. Okay, Ka is equal to 2Kb. They have given the spring constant relations of the two springs. That is, spring constant of B is double of, spring constant of A is double of spring constant of B. They have given. Okay. And are stretched by applying forces of equal magnitudes at the four ends. If the energy stored in A is E, then in the B will be. Okay. So they have given the relation between spring constants, and they are asking you to, and they have given the same force on the two springs A and B, and they are asking you to find out the energy stored in A and B. You know expression energy stored is half kx square. Energy work done or potential energy stored is half kx square, and that means for work done by A is equal to half Ka xa square. Okay. Work done by B is equal to work done by A is equal to half Ka xa square. Okay. Work done by B is equal to half work done by B is equal to half AB XB whole square. So they have given Ka Kb relation, and XA XB relation also, if you can find out, okay, you can compare both the work done, energy stored or work done, you can compare. They have given that Ka is equal to 2 Kb. Okay, Ka is equal to 2 Kb, Ka is equal to 2 kb, and there is a relation K is inversely proportional to x beta. K is inversely proportional to x, inversely proportional to x. So if Ka is 2 kb, then Xa will be, or Xb will be 2 Ka, 2 Xa, or Xc, okay, Xa will be half of Xb, okay. So this will be the relation. How they are inversely proportional? Because you take the equation f is equal to kx. F is equal to kx. If you observe that k is equal to f by x, so k and x are inversely proportional. Okay. So you use this Ka is equal to 2 kb, Xa is equal to half xb. Okay, and try to use this formula Ka, Xa. Okay, use this formula, you will get the answer. You can compare it. Please do that.